Hello and welcome to the Nonsense Gaming Podcast, the podcast where we chill and talk about gaming and nerd culture from the casual's perspective. We're happy to have you here as we explore our topic for today, Dark Souls. But first, as always, let's introduce our hosts. I'm Kitty.
I'm Uni.
And I'm Roxy. Let me give you a rundown of what we have in store tonight. We will begin our discussion with a trailer of Dark Souls. Then we'll
It's a short show tonight, guys. It's great.
Yeah, just the trailer, that's it. Okay. Then we'll hop into a game of how well I really know Dark Souls. Okay, we'll see. After, I will convince everyone to play Dark Souls. Everyone, okay? It's great. Finally, we'll close out the night by getting Kitty and Uni to rank some Dark Souls characters that I've handpicked. And also, mostly on the fashion, so. Anyone who plays Dark Souls knows half of the fun is the fashion. Fashion Souls is a thing. So, you gotta look good out there, okay?
This is true.
I'm sure. This is a new territory for us because usually we have two people, which by that I mean Roxy and Uni know what they're talking about, and then I can just ask questions. But in a no strange twist, only Roxy has played Dark Souls before,
and that won't be for long. I honestly think that it's the best game ever. It is the game that I return to the most. It's a ton of fun. And I think everyone can play it. I think that people are kind of intimidated by this, like, oh, it's so hard. I don't think it's that hard. I wouldn't say I'm super good at video games. Like, Dark Souls is definitely playable. That's basically what I'm saying. Like, is it a walk in the park? No. But there's a lot of mechanisms built into the game that we'll get into later that make it so that everyone can play it. It's not some big, scary, like, unplayable game.
Ooh, okay.
Also, every platformer is harder, in my opinion.
Also,
okay.
What kind
so
of game
give us
is
the
it?
trailer.
Yeah, what's the trailer?
I don't know anything about this game.
So I guess to begin, we'll just start with a few logistics. It's basically like, have you played Legend of Zelda?
Yeah, okay, yes. Mm-hmm.
It's basically Legend of Zelda, but beefed up. The combat is a lot tighter, but it's similar in the way that you can like target things and roll around and slash with swords. There's also sorceries you can use, but honestly, usually I just go with a great sword and smash shit. I
get that vibe. Oh my god.
And then the actual plot of it is basically you start out in a cursed world of beasts and knights, and you are a nobody. Basically, you go through the game facing increasingly scary demons, and it'll take you basically on this emotional journey from catacombs to a bridge facing a butterfly to the end where I'm gonna spoil the game in this podcast, okay? Just like a little minor spoilers. Okay. Basically,
just we have this alert right now, y'all. If you haven't played Dark Souls 1,
I'm not gonna spoil it too heavily because I want you guys to play it still. But basically, by the end of it, you could become basically like the King of Darkness if you want to, so.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Dear.
Okay.
I mean, you start as nobody, though. I think that is one of the best parts of the game, is that you're called the Chosen Undead, but in reality, you're just an undead guy who happens to be, like, pretty good, like, very tenacious.
So you're like an special.
You could be anyone, yeah. Anyone could basically take your spot. You're only chosen because you get to the end, essentially.
Ooh, okay.
Most people would die. But you're not actually chosen. It's not like Harry Potter situation,
No plot armor for this person.
No, 0, yeah.
So, sorry, did you say they were undead? Like, are we just all undead from the start?
Yeah, so this is a huge part of the game. Whereas a lot of games sort of ignore the fact that you die, Dark Souls plays into it, and it's a game mechanic. So every time you die, you become more hollowed. And this basically means that your character just looks a bit scary. And it also can, I think you have to be unhollowed to summon other players for multiplayer as well. So that's like another thing.
Wait, so you can't like die at all?
So, no, so you die, but then you come back. Like every video game, right?
Yes.
Right.
every
No,
time you come back.
I guess I'm confused on like how you play multiplayer. If you've died once and you're just like, oh, well, the game's locked me out.
Oh, so there are items that can make reverse hollowing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's the convenience, yeah. No, yeah, to use multiplayer, you could never die. That would suck. Especially because that person doesn't need multiplayer. But
How
So how did-
hollowed out can you get? Like how many times can you
Oh,
die?
you can die infinite amount of times.
Oh.
You get to a point where you're like hollowed to the max.
Oh
And
dear.
then the thing is, a lot of the armor sets like cover your face and stuff, which is good because your body is just like a decrepit mass running around.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oh, and I'm just picturing all the concerned parents out there. Video games rot your brain, you know? Like you
Oh,
go play
yeah.
Dark Souls. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah, this game definitely like takes over. Like once you start playing it, it's really hard to stop because it's one of those games where it feels very like in your control whether you win or lose. So you're like, oh, if I just rolled a little differently that last time, I totally could have got him. So you just like want to keep running bosses, like want to keep trying to get through a difficult section. It's really hard to put down.
Mm,
To me, it feels like the spiritual successor to like Ocarina of Time, but like sort of aged up a bit.
Aged up a bit.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, like it's a bit harder. But to be honest though, as a kid, Ocarina of Time was super hard. Like harder than Dark Souls is now. So I don't know. To me, it feels about the same.
I don't remember which one I played, but I can assume that it's kind of hard. At least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The game sounds fun though.
So what's like obviously you're following a story. And so what's your basic gameplay look like? Is it boss after boss, or is it following a map that you can explore as you wish, or
Are there like quests?
Yeah, so Dark Souls is kind of open world. It's like branching. So there's usually like
Okay.
at least a few different places you can go to. However, there are like some bottlenecks, if that makes sense, where you have to do certain parts. Some parts are optional, but most of it you just like, can do it in like a slightly different order, but everything kind of has to get done eventually. How it works is there's no like quests. There's very little guidance from the game in general. Remember the first time I played Dark Souls, I actually got super lost at the beginning because I kept running into an area that was like way too hard for like a beginner character.
Oh.
And just dying ad nauseum. And then I talked to someone, they're like, oh, you should go to this area first. It's like the starting area. And I'm like, okay, awesome. Very cool. Would have been nice to know.
I was gonna say that intake of breath was just like, this game should have told me.
Like at least
Okay.
tell me where I start.
The tutorial is also notoriously bad. Basically, there's a few lines of text on the ground, and that's all you get. Which is not enough at all.
I feel like at some point we need to rank games tutorials because I have yet to see one that has done a fantastic job.
Oh, this is so true.
The only game that I think has a pretty decent tutorial is Metroid Prime. You're trying to escape a base in like it's timed, and you're trying to like go through everything, and they teach you the game mechanics as you try to escape. It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
That's like the one tutorial where I'm like, okay, this slaps. Every other tutorial, trash.
They're so bad.
So boring.
It's so boring, and you don't even half the time you still don't know what you're doing. With the
Oh, exactly.
At least Dark Souls lets you completely skip it if you want.
Oh, nice.
You don't have to have a tutorial. Yeah.
That's good.
I can be even more lost when I start.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh,
But basically the main gameplay loop is you run into an area, there's a bunch of monsters, you have to try to find your way to a bonfire, which are the save points in the game. And once you get to a bonfire, you can save there, and next time you die, you'll resurrect there, and all of your health will be back, and you'll have like, basically there's this thing called Estus, which is just your health pots, and those will be all recharged, so you're like ready to go out and fight another day. Yeah, and then you can also go back to bonfires to use the souls that you get, which you get from defeating enemies. You get a ton from defeating bosses, and then you can use those to level up.
Ooh,
That's like
okay.
the main.
It's like your thresh. You just collect the
You
souls
collect-
and then
100%,
you
yeah.
level up.
Collect souls, then you get big strong.
Big strong. Yeah, well, Thresh has got some solid armor and like a mask on his face, right? Like
True.
this tracks. Dark Souls is just Thresh.
Confirmed, yeah.
You confirmed. Okay.
One of the good things is because you can always level up, you can get a bunch of friends to kind of like power level you through an area and get your souls up and level up. Or if you really want to, you can just grind for a bit. If you're like stuck on a part, there's always like a path to get around being stuck, which I think is really nice. And also makes the game, I don't think, as frustrating as people think.
Well, that's nice. I've definitely been in some games that you just get to a point where you're just like, I have nowhere else to go. I need to do this one thing and then that's it. I can't do anything else.
Yep. Also, with the fashion aspects, a lot of times you'll be versing a certain enemy for a long time trying to get their armor. I was actually just recently doing that in Dark Souls 3 earlier today, and I was getting the Black Knight armor. It's really cool. You kind of look like a Nazgul from yeah, from Lord of the Rings. So it's pretty cool. I really like that armor. I always get it, but yeah, like I leveled up like 10 times trying to get the armor.
Oh my god.
And now the rest of the game will be a lot easier. Which is good for me. The thing is, I actually don't like insane difficulty. Dying to a boss like 30 times is not like a joyous experience for me. What's joyous is when the harmony between your skill and the game's difficulty is like matched.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you get that like insane adrenaline rush when you beat a boss. I have never had an adrenaline rush like from this game from any other game. That like, oh, you just eke them out because almost every boss can kill you in, I want to say like 3 hits.
Oh.
You can heal up, but it can all be gone in an instant. So it's always so high stakes that no matter what, if you win, you just feel like amazing, and you also feel like it could have gone so south. Because usually it does. That's another thing. Usually it does.
Do they have like
And-
different difficulty settings, or is it just
No.
one? Okay, yeah.
No.
It's
Just
just
got
it
the
just
one.
happens to have a good difficulty setting.
Yeah.
It's just good. Okay.
I will say, the first Dark Souls game I played was actually Dark Souls 2. And there's a boss in there called the Pursuer. And I probably died to that boss, like, I joke you not, 50 times.
Oh dear.
Oh,
It's not even considered a very hard boss, but something about the boss was impossible. But after I died those 50 times, you best believe, I was so much better at playing the game. I could roll properly. When I played Dark Souls 1 after Dark Souls 2, it was way easier. Yeah, it's one of those games with a learning curve for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the game's no good if there isn't.
Exactly, and you do feel like you get better. Maybe it's also just because you're leveling up, but
That's the one thing about real life that kind of sucks is the only leveling up I seem to do is on my birthday.
oof,
Oh.
feel that.
Yep. Relatable.
Like I would love a schematic like for life where you just complete certain quests that's not like a bachelor's degree or a master's degree and then I level myself up. Like it's not even a title, it's just like, yes, you're level 6 now. You know?
Yeah, you need to gamify your life.
Oh please, I've tried. I want to so bad.
I want to too.
It never works for me. I don't know why. Like, I've tried those gamification apps, but I just never stick with it. Also, I could never have a diary as a kid, so I think it just might be me, but...
Oh, fair enough. Having a diary would never really my thing either. But until I got like a journal and I just went, this is for anything. You can write down anything you want. And then it just became a bunch of grocery lists.
Amazing.
Just shows you how much I care.
That's gonna be me
Yeah.
soon. Oh my god.
I think
Sorry,
that might be
Roxy,
me
I cut
with
you
the...
off.
Oh, sorry, no. I think that might be me with cue cards. Like, I'll just write everything on cue cards. I have, like, this big, little case of cue cards. I think Caitlin's seen it, but
Yeah.
yeah, any thoughts I have, it just goes on a cue card somewhere.
Oh my god.
See, but as soon as you bind those cue cards, it's like, oh, it's a notebook. We can't do this anymore.
True. Yeah, no, because a notebook is so, like, linear, okay? Cue cards you can rearrange, you can sort, you know?
Oh, that's
A
fair.
notebook,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do, rip out the page?
I do this thing where I'm like, go to page, like, and then
Oh,
the
yeah.
notebooks I get are numbered, and then like, so I'll just like, this picks up back here, you know, like, because I'll write something for one topic, like for work, and then I'll get off the work the next day. I'm writing in the evening. I'm like, oh, it's grocery time to write out my list, and then suddenly there's like, I'm going through the notes after the fact, like trying to figure out what I did over the week, and then it's just like, oh, broccoli. Okay, wait.
You're like, I gotta go to the next page. Oh my god.
Speaking of notes, though, Roxy, how well do you think you know Dark Souls?
For trivia-wise, not well. I'm gonna be honest with you, not well.
We,
I-
we believe
I'm
in
curious. I'm very curious to see, like, what questions you have in store for me.
We need to preface this by saying we did not make these questions because,
Yes.
of course, Uni and I don't know the game.
you. Yes.
So
We
were
found
just
a
like-
website that has
Yeah.
trivia questions for Dark Souls 1, and these are
Mhm.
the questions they gave us. So,
Are
There
they
are
multiple
10.
choice?
yes, there's
they are
multiple
multiple choice.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay. I
We
love
got
that.
you.
We love that. All right. Because they're multiple choice, if they're too easy, we can always just have you read the question, but I kind of think they're not going to be too easy, so.
All right. We'll
We shall
try
find
it out.
out.
Yes.
All right, Uni, why don't you start us off?
We start us off? Okay. So the first question, Roxy.
Mm-hmm.
Which of the following weapons is classified as a great sword?
Okay.
Option 1, Grave Lord Sword. Option 2,
Okay.
a great sword. Option 3.
What? Wait, what?
Yes. Option 3, Flamberge, I think.
Okay.
And option 4 is Zweihander.
Dude, I love this Y-hander. Okay, this Y-hander is the sword I always get in Dark Souls 1. It's in the graveyard right at the beginning of the game at the farthest tomb. So if you want it, you just run through all the skellies, get it. It is the best sword in the game. I love this Y-hander.
You love the Zweihander.
Nice. But
It's not.
is it a
it's
great
not.
sword?
It's not a great sword.
It's not okay. So you have 3 options.
I don't know what to do because like one of the options is great sword.
But like, is there actually like a sword named Great Sword in the game? Because I actually don't know.
I have no clue. There's a lot of swords, okay? But like, what kind of trick question is this? I'm gonna guess great sword, but I honestly don't know.
It is actually number 3, Flamberge, whatever that is.
I don't even know. To be honest, I have no idea. This is the
Yeah.
first time I'm hearing of Flamberge.
So apparently, a great sword is an ultra great sword. So it's not considered a
Stop.
great sword.
That's
Stop.
not.
That's what it says in the answers. Because I'm looking at
Let me
them.
die in peace. Okay. All right, I'll take that one. Honestly, I did not know.
But you know,
Ultimate great
it's
sword.
still an ultra great sword. Technically, I don't know the difference. So
Oh dear. Okay. All right. Let's move right past that ultra great
Yeah.
sword.
Trot fast, please. Yeah. Jesus.
All right. So Roxy, which of the following bosses can you finish the game without killing?
Okay.
Is it option 1, the Four Kings?
No.
Option 2, Taurus Demon. Option 3, Chaos Witch Quelaag? Not
Waylog,
sure which.
and it's definitely not
Yeah.
that one.
And then the last option is the Great Grey Wolf Sif.
No. I wish you could skip Sif. It's definitely Tauros Demon.
That's correct.
Woo!
Because, the Four Kings is basically a DPS test. If you don't have enough damage per second, you're just going to lose the fight every time. Basically, one king spawns like every 3 seconds. So if you can't get the first king basically killed by the second time the second one spawns, you have like no chance. Quelaag is one of the best boss fights, but also is definitely mandatory. And then Sif is like very, very heartbreaking. Sif is a dog basically guarding his master's grave, and it is super sad. You have to kill him to forget what you actually get from the grave, but it lets you progress through the game. And when he gets low enough health, he starts limping, and honestly, nobody likes that boss fight. It's super sad. Like, it's just nobody wants to do it. It's really depressing.
Oh dear! Oh no!
So sad.
Yeah, Sif is a good boy.
He's
It
a
hurts
good
my
boy.
heart. Oh my
Sounds
God.
like a good boy.
He's like a massive wolf, and he has a sword in his mouth, and he's actually kind of adorable, and it's really heartbreaking.
Oh, that's so cute.
You gotta make adorable bosses like this. Oh,
But you have to kill
it's
him.
rude.
It's
Aw.
rude. I don't want to kill him. Actually, the worst boss in the game because it breaks my heart every time.
Hmm. Okay, Yuri, take us into the next question. I can't.
Oh, yes. Let's go. So the third question is, which of the following weapons can parry when equipped in the offhand?
Oof.
So one is Partisan, I think. 2 is Gold Tracer. 3 is Whip. 4 is Murakumo.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've heard of half of those, but I think it's the whip.
Oh, right! Oh my god, you're so good,
Yeah.
Roxy. Let's go.
Oh my God. Honestly, that was a full-on guess. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's
But
go.
I was like, which of these words can I pronounce? All right, I'll say that one.
I'm proud.
Oh man. So following off of that, which one of the following enemies cannot be parried?
All right.
Is it option 1, Capra Demon, option 2, Royal Sentinel, option 3, Heavy Knight, or option 4, Infested Barbarian?
Huh. So I never parried a lot. Gonna just be honest here. I never usually had a shield on me. I usually just go with just a sword. Which, like, I don't know.
You're not a coward.
It's, like, to be honest, the gameplay of rolling in time is already very difficult. I don't even want to also try to parry. I'm leaning towards... Can you actually say them again?
Yeah, so there's option 1, the Capra Demon, option 2, the Royal Sentinel, option 3, the Heavy Knight, and option 4, the Infested Barbarian.
I'm gonna say the Capra Demon? Because it's like a boss, but I don't know.
Okay. You're wrong. It's the Royal
Oof.
Sentinel.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad.
I never parried those, so...
Pain. It's okay. It's one of those, you know.
I'm gonna spite the Capra Demon just by going in and parrying him now. Now that I know he can be parried.
Now that
I
you
will
know.
do it, yeah.
Oh my god. Alright, well, to the next question that's about bosses. We got, which of the following bosses has a tail that can be cut off? So 1 is the crossbreed Priscilla.
I think so.
2 is the Capra Demon.
No, I don't think he has a tail.
3 is the Great Grey Wolf Sip.
That'd be sad. It's already too sad.
Yeah,
Oh
no.
no! And 4 is the Manus, I think. Manus?
Oh, Manus.
Yeah, Manus. Yeah.
It's definitely Priscilla. It's pretty hard, actually, because it takes a lot of hits to kill the tail, and you usually kill her before killing her tail. And it's honestly a bit of a problem. Plus, she's invisible for a lot of the boss fight, so it's pretty hard to target her tail when she's invisible. You can just see her little footprints in the snow.
Oh my god.
Pretty cool.
Do you know all the attack patterns for the bosses?
No.
Oh.
I just know that she's invisible and she swings a big scythe at you.
Yes.
And you don't even have to kill her, but you usually do to get that great tail.
Well, yes, you got it right. I'm proud. There you go. I'm glad it wasn't the wolf. I would have been sad.
Yeah, no, that would have been...
Yeah.
Honestly, Roxy, if that was the case, I don't know that you could have convinced me to play the game.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've cut off Priscilla's tail, so.
Oh, so you
Priscilla
knew.
seems like, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay, but which of the following dragon weapons scales with a stat? Is it
Mhm.
option 1, the Drake Sword? Option 2, the Dragon Tooth? Option 3, the Dragon King Great Axe? Or option 4, the Obsidian Great Sword?
Lol. I'm just gonna take a random stab at the dark. Pun intended. Pun intended. But I guess Obsidian Greatsword. I honestly have no idea. I always just play with this Y-hander, so sue me.
This one is actually the Dragon Tooth.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes,
Good to know.
apparently
I think the question's a little ambiguous to me because it says it scales with a stat. Like, ooh, which stat though?
It says in the answers that only 3 dragon weapons scale in general, like scale with damage or anything. So I think that's what they meant. I guess
Oh,
the
I
other
see.
ones are just flat damage? I don't know.
I didn't realize there were any weapons that didn't scale. It's
Oh.
actually pretty. I didn't know that, but that's because this Y-hander does scale. It scales with dexterity and strength.
Oh, okay, yeah. It says only those are the only 3 dragon weapons that scale, so apparently. Or there's 3 of them. There's Priscilla's dagger, Moonlight Greatsword, and Dragon Tooth.
Mm.
That is the info I am given. Alright. Well,
Fun
the
facts.
next game. Let's see. Not the next game. The next question is
I was gonna say,
Dark
you made a new
Souls
game?
2.
my brain is which armor set in the game has the highest physical defense when fully upgraded?
Okay.
Number 1 is the Giant set. 2 is Stone Guardian set. 3 is the Havel set. And 4 is the Steel set.
I'm pretty sure it's a giant set because I think it was really popular for a bit,
Ooh!
but I'm not sure.
You got it!
Yes, I got one of the weapons ones. They're hard. I don't remember any of the weapons.
It makes sense because like the armor seems like the best part of the game for you.
Yeah.
And honestly, who wouldn't want to look like a Nazgul?
True.
This is true.
Very, very true. Also, I definitely experiment more with the armor than the weapons. It's gotta be why. So
See, look at you. This is why you know
Yeah.
it.
this is why or die.
Well, okay, we're right back into the weapons with this next one though. So which weapon
Oh no.
does not have a kick attack? Is it option 1, the S-stock? Option 2, the parrying dagger?
Okay.
Option 3, the Uchigatana? Uchigatana, yeah,
That sounds
right
right.
to me,
Yeah,
as-
that
as
sounds
I'm
right.
pronouncing it on my screen. And option 4 is the Grant.
The Grant. Okay, wait. Do not have a kick attack.
What
I
is
know
a
that
kick
you
attack in the game?
I'm pretty sure you can perform a kick. Honestly, I don't remember how. It's kind of hard. But there are instances where you can kick people off ledges, which is useful. Honestly, don't even remember how to do a kick. So this is gonna be it's a bit hard. Now, okay, wait, say the list again so I can think.
Okay, so we got the S-stock, the parrying
Okay.
dagger, Uchigatana, and the Grant.
So I'm feeling like the parrying dagger would have a kick, you know? You gotta parry someone and kick them off the ledge, right?
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Okay.
The S-talk? It seems like, I'm pretty sure it's like a really thin sword. So I'm not sure if that would even have a kick. Maybe not. Then you have the Uchigatana. I have no idea. I'm gonna go with the S-talk. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Oh, she's killing it! That's right!
Bro. Hydra now.
Look at you go! Yeah, they said it's a thrusting sword, which apparently have a hop back and swipe move instead of a kick. I don't know what that means. But, you know.
Hop back and swipe.
Yeah,
Very
you
cool.
just hop
Good to
back and
know.
swipe instead of kick. Yeah,
Alright.
you're kind of going off.
Wait, do I know how to play Dark Souls? Probably not. It's like you can't get too cocky. That's when they get you.
Alright, well, we have another weapon question.
All right.
So at max stats, what weapon has the
Mhm.
highest attack rating in the game? The
Okay.
1, Dragon Greatsword +5. I don't know what these numbers are, but I'm gonna say them because they might be important. Number 2 is
Mhm.
the Broken Straight Sword Hilt +15. Number 3 is the
Mhm.
Great Sword of Artorias +5. And the last one is Enchanted Great Club +5.
I'm pretty sure this is the Enchanted Great Club.
Yes! Oh my god!
I remember hearing that somewhere. I watch a lot of Souls content, but not a lot of it sticks. And also I mostly watch lore content, so it'll
Okay.
be like that.
Be like that, you know? But you're still going. You got most of these right, I think.
I think so too, and let's see if we can round it off nicely.
The last question.
Yeah.
This is
So, which boss's soul has the most soul weapons that can be forged from it? Is
Huh.
it option 1, Sif? Option 2, Quelaag? Option 3, Gwendolyn? Or option 4, Moonlight Butterfly?
Don't think it's the Moonlight Butterfly.
What? No.
To be honest, I have no idea. I'm gonna go with Gwendolyn.
sad.
It's the Sif, man, unfortunately.
Oof. Feels bad.
You can forge
Come
3
on.
weapons from him, apparently.
I don't want to forge 3 weapons from him, okay?
Oh,
It's
it's
just
so
cruel.
sad.
It
So
is sad.
is this Sif? Is this the wolf Sif, or
Yeah,
is this?
It's gotta
This
be
is the
like-
wolf.
Oh,
Okay.
This
so
is the
For
wolf.
some reason, I was like picking up like Sif is like this wolf's master or something because I know you mentioned like a gravestone. I'm just like, oh, is this like Big Boss Man? Am I about to reveal something like?
Oh.
No, Sif's master is in the DLC, and it's Artorias.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
He's really cool. I have an Artorias cosplay, actually. Bit of a fan.
Is that your big armor cosplay?
It's one of them. Yeah, I like him a lot. Mostly good for his armor, though. He's kind of just like an edgy man. Other than that,
Edgelord.
Edgelord.
exactly. But he has a wolf. He has a sword. He has a cool helmet. What more can you ask for, really?
This is true.
You can't. That's a complete package right there.
Mhm.
Oh man. Okay. So let's hop right back into the conversation here.
Mhm.
How
Mhm.
Roxy, how are you gonna convince me to play Dark Souls?
Yeah, I need to know.
What's
'Cause I'm kind of
what's
sad
my
from
main
the
selling
the
point?
wolf.
You know, because like this wolf has really brought me down.
I agree.
Look,
Bring it back for me. Sell it.
All right. For me, the selling point is a mixture of both the insanely rich atmosphere and then also the gameplay. I'll start with the atmosphere, though.
Mhm.
The best part about Dark Souls is that if you want literally zero lore, you don't have to get any lore. It's completely unrequired. You can just miss the entire point of the game and just play for the gameplay. However, if you do want lore, the lore is so deep. Like, it goes so deep. And if you read the item descriptions and if you talk to all the NPCs, you can get so much information that makes the world so much richer that it's like boundless. And the best part about it is that it doesn't like spell it out for you all the way, so you can come to your own conclusions. And honestly, it just makes the whole game even darker because we all love things that scare us, you know, all of things that, you know, spooky, right? Other people
No.
wouldn't jump to those conclusions, but maybe you reading this and seeing everything, you're like, wonder if I'm cursed, you know? You definitely are cursed. I mean, to be fair, you definitely are cursed, but
Well, yes. If we become hollow, I think it's safe to say we're cursed.
Yeah, I think.
as you go through adventure, there's other adventurers also going through their own adventures, right? That you cross paths with, and throughout your game, they also progress in their quest. And you can honestly get some really like bonds with these characters, and just seeing them go through their thing, it's like a really fun part of the game. For example, one of my favorite quest lines is Siegmeyer of Katarina. Basically, he needs help at every step of the way. And you're always there to help him. And then basically he's there, you help him, he keeps going, has a jolly old laugh. And he's basically a cautionary tale of, if you make someone else do everything for you, eventually you're probably gonna run into some trouble. Ended there.
Oh wow.
Oh
Okay.
okay then.
You also meet his daughter in the game, which is kind of cool. She
Oh.
wears the exact same armor as him. They basically both wear these bulbous onion armors that you'll see later. And yeah, it's delightful. Because you're like, oh, I know your dad.
Oh. Okay.
And she's just looks the exact same, but has a girl voice. And you're like, wow, I love this. Also just, the lore is insane. And also, I guess thematically the game works really well. It's obviously a sad game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you need to be in your feels, you know? Can't all be bright rainbows.
Oh, I feel that.
This is true.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy a good lore. So, you know.
See, but I'm also a fan of the fact that we don't need it. You know?
Yeah, that's nice.
I don't know, maybe it's because I didn't really ever grow up playing single player games. But I am always the person who will just tap through the dialogue on the first round anyway. I'm just oh dear Lord, when does this stop? You know?
Yeah.
So the fact that you could do that, and then you could go back and replay it when you actually care, that would be
the option.
That would be a high selling point for me.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It is a good point.
Also, all the dialogue is fully voice acted, and when they're talking to you, you can kind of run around and stuff. It's not like a
that's
mash
better.
A kind of thing, and
Okay.
Oh,
it's just done really well.
Yeah.
You're stuck there reading the text that's coming up, and you're reading faster than the text can come up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's actually a better selling point for lore intake.
I do agree with that. That's pretty good.
It also does a great job subverting expectations, right? Anything you think is what's going on is probably not what's going on. For example, at one point, there's this serpent, okay? And he's like, oh yeah, you're the chosen one. You need to go and, reignite the flame, right? That's the whole kind of premise of the game, is that you're cursed. To break your curse, you need to basically relight the flame at the end of the game, right? How you relight the flame is you actually use your soul as the kindle for the flame. And when the flame burns, the era of the gods continues. But is this serpent actually, doing this so you can break your curse? Or does he just want the era of the gods to go? Is your curse even connected to the flame? I mean, you don't even know, right? There's a lot of questions, and you can pick up answers to these questions when you play the game.
Okay, a lot of questions. I got it.
I gotta say, I'm feeling pretty convinced, and I was not expecting that during this episode.
Yeah, sounds pretty mysterious, interesting, and there's a lot of game mechanics that you wouldn't not normal to the games I normally play, I guess. So that's pretty interesting to me.
I'm interested in this multiplayer mode.
Oh yeah, tell us.
Yes. So basically how they did multiplayer is in a pretty, I think, subtle way. How it works is when you're not Hollow, you can summon other players into your world, and then they can run around with you and help you defeat bosses. Usually the summons are in places that they can directly help you with the bosses. However, if you want to just play with a friend, you can actually set a code, and so that you basically you just spawn into their world. And then you can help a friend through the game and stuff like that. I played a lot of Dark Souls 2 like that. And so yeah, basically when you need help, you summon somebody in. When you want to play alone, you play alone. Also, there's a lot of interactions where if you have multiplayer on, other players can invade your world and try to kill you.
Oh.
And there's benefits to doing this. So if you kill other players, you can pick up items to give to your covenant. And your covenant basically makes you stronger, and, you can gain the love and affection of your covenant leader.
Ooh, and so what happens if you die in somebody else's world?
Yeah.
Oh, so if you're playing multiplayer and you get summoned in someone's world, when you die, you just get brought back to your own world. You can put down your sign again, and someone else can summon you into their world.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
So deep.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm very curious about what you've got for rankings for us because I heard fashion at the beginning of this episode, and oh my goodness,
Oh, yeah.
I gotta know
We
what
got-
are we ranking?
Yeah.
So if you go into the drive, there's a file that says Dark Souls. I think it's
Okay.
called,
characters.
it's called like
I see it.
it's called like Dark Souls ranking or
Yeah,
something.
character ranking. I see. Oh.
Perfect. Yeah, if you could open that up, you'll see 5 characters,
Oh.
and these will be the ones we are ranking
Oh.
today.
Oh God.
And I'll give you a little background on each.
All right.
In the left corner. Is that how they do it? Did I say in the left corner? Is that correct? I
Top
don't watch
left, top right, bottom left, bottom right.
I don't watch boxing, so in the
Oh,
corner.
I didn't realize that you were making a reference to.
it's not a good reference. In the corner, we have Sigmar Katarina, a beloved character, a light in the game of darkness, okay? Looks like an onion, probably smells like an onion, and also, yeah, like, have you ever seen an armor set like that?
I didn't realize this was intentional. I thought he was just fat. Like,
I like
Rip.
the onion thing though. That's cool.
yeah.
It's the Onion Knight.
Yeah, I like the onion part. That's cool. Okay.
The next character, Priscilla. As you can see, very nice tail that can be cut off and made into weapons.
Oh.
She's wearing like a ton of fur. She runs around barefoot.
I was gonna say, why is she wearing a ton of fur and then barefoot? This seems counterintuitive.
I don't know. I think the game designers might have had certain.
Oh dear. Okay,
Things,
let's step right back away from that.
Oh no.
It's alleged. It's alleged.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
Anyway, I like Priscilla a lot though,
Mhm.
and she's also a boss that you don't have to fight. She's like, if you want, you can leave. Like, just leave. But if you want her tail, you can fight her. Next is, they can't be separated. The dynamic duo, Ornstein and Smo. One of the hardest boss fights in the game.
Oh God.
Arguably the hardest boss fight in the game. You have to fight both of them at once. One of them has a very slow hammer. The other one has a lance and just murders you every time. And they look stylish while doing it. I mean, Ornstein more than Smo. Smo's the fat one with the hammer. He's it's a choice.
Okay.
It's a choice, we'll
That's
say
a
that.
choice. Yes. Okay.
Next we have Solaire. Solaire praises the sun all day. And also is just a solid, fun, happy character who...
This picture is so funny to me. I don't know why.
He looks like, for our listeners, he's got the helmet on over his face. He's got a big sun on his chest, and then he's holding his right hand out, and it's like spilling sunshine.
Yeah, it's just spilling sun. What is this?
He just wants you to have joyous cooperation, and that's it, okay? When you join his covenant, you just help other players, and it's beautiful, and praise the sun, okay?
I like the way this guy looks. It's funny.
I also think that praise the sun was one of the video game quotes from an earlier episode, so...
It probably was,
Oh.
the one we
I think.
absolutely
Yeah,
failed
one
at.
we didn't notice.
And last, but certainly not least, we have Artorias, the Dark, the Cursed, the Undying. Basically, he was a knight who went into the abyss, and when he came out, he was messed up. And now
looks like...
oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, he looks like Xin Zhao.
Yeah, I
from
was gonna say
League.
that too. He looks like Zin. Yeah. Oh my god.
You're not completely wrong. He's a bit taller, okay? But yeah, other than that, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
I do like the look though.
Oh yeah, I'm not complaining about it.
He also fights in this very, like, decrepit way where he, like, drags the sword and then does, like, a really fast attack and then kind of, like, limps away. It's, like, scary.
Oh,
I can imagine him, like, he expends all his energy for the one attack and he's just like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, I'm tired. Give me a second.
Yeah. After the abyss, my back is not what it used to be. Yeah, basically, that is him, yeah. How are we feeling?
Ooh.
These
Man,
are some choices.
I mean, I gotta give my top spot to Solaire here, because this man
Yes, I was gonna say that too. I
Yes.
love this look he's got going on.
and the sunshine just like pouring it out without a care in the world. I'm just like, okay,
Yes, I agree.
this
That's
is
lovely.
wonderful. After that, I gotta go for Mr. Jinzhao,
Yes!
the Artorias man. He's just,
Yes.
I love the blue that I'm seeing on this cape, and the helmet in general is just giving me
Yes.
great vibes. Then then I gotta go for Priscilla.
Of course.
You know, she's just very elegant and scares me a little bit.
She looks cuddly though a bit. Like you kind of want
Yeah.
to give her a hug, and then she
Yeah.
probably
Like-
scythe you, but
Like, I want to hug the fur, and then I see, like, her elbow is just very pointy. And,
It's okay, you
That's
just cut off her
true, actually.
tail.
and then I've got Sigmire of Katarina, because again, the onion armor is too funny.
Mhm.
And then last one I gotta go for Ornstein and Smo. If not for the fact, like, Ornstein looks really fly. Like, I would love to cosplay that. Like, oh my goodness.
There's some insane Ornstein cosplays out there. Guys, like any viewers, you guys after the podcast, look it up. Like insane Ornstein cosplays. Okay, sorry.
I
go
can
ahead.
see that.
But yeah,
Sorry.
that's my ranking.
But yeah, Smo is not looking his best.
Yeah, he
No,
really is not.
I don't know why you would embody your floppy bits in armor. You know, because the tits are not working.
I mean,
Like-
come on.
That's what bras are for. Like, we can encase this up and like it works. It happens.
I really want someone to Photoshop Smo, but just wearing a bra.
Oh my god, someone please do it. I'd love to
Just-
see that.
Nobody wants to see that Smo.
But
How
yeah,
about you, Yuri?
I pretty much agree. I definitely want Solaire first because it's the look. We love that look.
Exactly.
It's too good. It's actually too good.
He looks like he's
And
wearing grass shoulder pads.
I think he might be.
he looks like he's wearing a freaking like the helmet on his head. Basically, just looks like a bucket he shoved on his head with the grass shoulder pads and the shirt and like the like sunshine he's pouring out. It's just perfect. Everything about this man is so good. And second, I have to have Artorias because I love the look. It's so beautiful. It looks cool. The best.
And you might get to meet his dog, so
Ye-
come
Oh!
Oh,
Yes, okay, bonus, bonus. I love it. 3, I'll put I want Siegmeyer instead because I like the onion look. It's funny.
Yay.
I love the onion look. And then I'll have Priscilla 4 and yeah. Yeah, we know Ornstein and Simone last because that man's really not. He's not doing them. He's not doing it for me.
it's well, the outfit's just not doing him any favors.
Yeah, the outfit's not doing anything. Oh my god.
Oh dear. Plus the fact that they sound like they'd be really hard to beat from what Roxy's told us.
Mhm.
Oh, they are. And also, I don't think they like each other.
Oh.
Like when you kill Smo, Ornstein comes and like does the last blow.
Oh.
Like I think he's got a vendetta. Like I don't know. It's pretty rude, actually.
Oh my god.
Okay, wow. What a duo.
On that dark note, okay.
Hey, dark note. But like that's a pretty solid bottom, I think, for everybody, if
I
we can
think
agree.
so.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Yeah.
Mhm.
But we all know the true winner here of the whole podcast has just been Solaire
Yes.
the whole time.
I love that. Yeah, that's perfect.
Do you agree
I could
with
not
that?
ask for you to rate better. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you guys actually did a perfect job.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'll be perfectly honest here. Like, I know I said this earlier, but I did not come into this thinking I would actually want to play.
Same.
Like, I thought it was gonna be like oh goodness, it was like our simulations games episode where I'm like, yes, I can respect that this is a thing, but I will not be
Oh.
exploring this.
Factorio is not for you.
Not quite. It's certainly not the bus game where you drive a bus for 8 hours.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
I don't. That's not for me.
That's definitely not for me either.
But I don't know. I don't know. I think you've cracked the door open for me on this game, Roxy. We might have to do a follow-up episode.
I think you'd really like it. And if you have any trouble with the bosses, just
Oh,
give me a
multiplayer?
holler, and I will.
Yes.
I'll be there for you.
I'm so about it. Where do you stand, Yudi? Are you convinced?
I'm pretty convinced. The game sounds pretty interesting, but I'm also playing like so many games right. But I will definitely consider it for the future because it seems like a really
Yes.
good game, and I would like to.
Yeah.
I want to look into the lore of it, to be honest. See, it sounds dark and cool, so.
Yeah, the lore is like bottomless. There's like a few channels on YouTube that just do a great job with the lore, and
Ooh.
yeah, there's like hundreds of videos. So,
So much more content to listen to.
Yes.
yeah, I usually listen to lore videos that correspond to the part of the game I'm in while I'm playing the game. So
Ooh.
just to enhance
like
the
that.
experience, right?
Mhm.
I'd
Yeah.
recommend it. Yeah.
All right, well, that's our show for tonight. Thank you, Nonsense Gamers, for joining in on our conversation. Be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you next time with new episodes every other Saturday. Boop.
And
I'm gonna,
boys.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I get a sushi booped. I don't know.
And that's a Discord boys.
Ooh.
Discord. Woo.
Praise the sun.
Ooh.